So welcome guys back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be doing our last of 3 videos on this series, but today we're going to do it a bit differently. We are going to be rating and assessing every single one of Arsenal's transfers, ingoings and outgoings, and giving an overall score on how well I think we have done in this transfer window. Now, are we sort of wrapping it up and overviewing it towards the end? I don't want to do it at the start. I want to do it towards the end after I've rated all the transfers we have done and assessing them. We did do 2 videos earlier on this where we did the current transfers up until that point, but now the transfer window has firmly slammed shut. I want to do more of a compact, concise video on all the moves we have done in this video. I'm doing it a bit differently than we have done it in the last 2 windows, but let's get straight into it. First of all, Nuno Tavares, who we signed from Benfica for around £5 million. I think this was a very shrewd bit of business because we needed a backup left back. We didn't know at that point that Kolasinac was going to stay. Well, now he is, but I still think we need a capable left back, and he can fill in at right back if we want him to. So I think his versatility does help us a lot because I think he can play left wing back as well. And I think he's quite a good player, to be honest. For £5 million, I don't think we can go wrong. He's a very fast player from what I've seen, especially in that West Brom game. He did show his pace in such good attributes. I thought he was quite good. And I think he's probably going to be one of our better signings in the summer transfer window. So I'm going to give it a nice 6 out of 10, if I'm honest. It looks like a good bit of business, and that's Nuno Tavares. The next one is Sambi Lokonga. Now, we signed him for around 20 odd million pounds from Anderlecht, 17.5, around the same we paid for Tomiyasu, but around 17.5 million pounds is what we paid for Albert Sambi Lokonga, the Anderlecht captain, the Belgian under-21 captain, to bring him from Anderlecht to Arsenal. Now, from what I've seen from him, he looks like a pretty decent player, to be honest. I think we needed midfield players. I would have liked more of an experienced player, if I'm honest, but the fact we have got Sambi Lokonga, I'm not too mad with, because it looks like Guendouzi's going to be leaving permanently next summer. We do need someone in that sort of mode, and I think someone like Lokonga, in a few years' time, he could be worth quite a lot of money if we manage him in the right way. And I think someone like him would, he's a good signing. And I think probably out of all our dealings, he's probably our best one. So I'm going to say 7 out of 10 for Sambi. Well, not 7. I'm going to give it a 6 as well. I'm going to give them both 6s because, look, they're not going to be playing loads. So I think it's a bit unfair to give both of them a 7, but I'm going to give both of them a 6 so far. The next one is Ben White. Now, we signed him from Brighton for £50 million, our record fee for a defender. And from what I've seen already from him, he looks quite shaky, if I'm being quite honest. He's someone that isn't very good in the air. We saw that in the game against Brentford when he got absolutely bullied by Ivan Toney ever since he's got COVID. Well, surprise, surprise. Seriously, I hope he's alright. But look, I think we did play over the odds for him. He's not a bad centre-back. He's someone that... We needed a centre-back because I think Saliba's out. I think something's gone wrong there between Arteta and Saliba, so he's not coming in. David Luiz has left, so we definitely needed someone like him, I guess, a centre-back. And Arteta's looked at it and said, look, we need Ben White. And probably something to do with the homegrown thing as well. And we splashed out 50 million. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10 for the simple reason that I'm not blaming him as a player. And again, price tag's not on him. But for the club to splash out £50 million on him, for me, it's quite ridiculous business looking onto it. At the time, I was thinking, okay, look, he could be good. But I know maybe judging him too early. But still, £50 million is a hell of a lot of money to spend on someone that's not worth more than 20, 25, in my opinion. He really isn't worth that much more. And yeah, that's Ben White for me. Not great. 4 out of 10. The next one is Martin Odegaard. Now, we signed him after being linked with Maddison all summer. And look, I like Odegaard. I think he's a good player, but do we have the system built around someone like Odegaard for him to succeed? Probably not, especially under Mikel Arteta. And look, he didn't score loads. I think he did decently. He scored 2 goals. He only got 1 assist. His build-up play has been pretty decent. He has a few good touches, some good passing. And I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for the simple reason that I need to see more of him. And from the last 6 months, from Arteta being here, can he get the best out of Odegaard? Again, that's a big question. Will another manager, if they came in, would want him? All question marks surrounding it, but for Martin Odegaard, I will give him a 5 out of 10. But I do like the player, but I need to see more from him because I know what he's capable of, but I've not seen him so far lately. Maybe in the future we see it, but for now, just assessing it, I think we've spent around £40 million on him. Is that a bit much? I don't know. I don't think he's worth more than 25-30 if I'm honest. But yeah, that's that. Next one is Aaron Ramsdale. This is the fifth of six signings we made, and we signed him from Sheffield United for £30 million, 6 of which were add-ons, so it's 25 and then 6 in add-ons. And look, I saw him against West Brom, and he looked like an alright goalkeeper. He's pretty good in that game. You know, did some good passing, saves were pretty good, made quite a few of them, especially earlier on in the game. But we spent £30 million on a goalkeeper that has got relegated with every club he's been at. That's kind of worrying in my opinion. That is quite worrying. And obviously we're not going to get relegated, but it doesn't fill me with lots of confidence, to put it that way. But I think in terms of the price, in terms of the situation, I'll probably have to give this a 3 out of 10. We've overpaid. We've definitely overpaid. I don't think he's worth more than 10 mil, if I'm really honest. But I get it, English tax and all that. I heard some Sheffield United fans saying that it's too little, but you're probably out of your minds. You've got a profit on him when you signed him from Bournemouth a year ago. And yeah, I'm confused. I'm baffed how Arsenal even allowed it. Sam Johnston was available for 10. Go and get him. He's levels ahead of this guy. But again, he's looked alright against West Brom. I can just hope him the best. And you can't blame him, can you? Arsenal have come to him and said, do you want to come to us? And obviously he's going to come because he's in the Championship and he's probably going to get paid 3 times more at Arsenal. All those things, isn't it? But yeah, that is that. The last signing we made, which was on deadline day, is for Takehiro Tomiyasu from Bologna. Signed on deadline day for around 20 million euros plus 3 million euros in add-ons. I think we've overpaid for him as well, if I'm honest. If I look back on it, I think we have overpaid slightly because he's a player that is not playing in the best team in Italy by no means. He's probably been ripped up by the likes of Lukaku and Ronaldo, which are in this league again, by the way. So he might be in a bit of trouble. Some agent told Sky Cava that he's not even a right back or a centre back. To me, he seems like a hybrid. I think in terms of he can play right back, he can play centre back, he can do a bit of both. Is Arteta looking at this and thinking, if Ben White's going to play on the right side as centre back, maybe these two can complement each other because Ben White is, he can play right back as well. This guy, maybe they're interchangeable. Some madness Arteta's thinking up there. I don't know what Arteta's thinking, in my opinion. But look, Tomiyasu, we just have to get behind the signing. I can't say much on it, but I'm going to say 4 out of 10 because it seems like a panic buy, in my opinion. It's a big panic buy, and when you look at it, we needed a proper right back. He's not a proper right back. He has all the attributes for a centre back, but somehow he plays right back. That doesn't suit well for me. He doesn't get forward. We needed a right back who can do a similar job to what Tierney can do, and we don't have that. And he seems like the Japanese version of Callum Chambers, if we're being really honest. A hybrid centre back / right back who isn't going to cut it at the highest level. That's what it seems like to me. But again, we'll just have to see. We've done a panic buy, and we'll just have to see how this Tomiyasu guy does. But we're going to go out into the outgoings. We're not going to rate them because I don't see the point. We're going to just talk about them. We're going to do these two together, William Saliba and Matteo Guendouzi. Both of these guys walk straight into our team, by the way, and they're somehow been loaned out. And Guendouzi, he has an option to buy. Marseille have an option for around £10 million, and he's called up to the French team. I can guarantee you, if he keeps going how well he is, Marseille are going to buy him for 10 mil, and then PSG will splash 50 on him. Just saying. But yeah, that's probably what's going to happen with that one. But I don't want to say too much. What Arteta's done with those two, it really winds me up. Really, really winds me up. Why have we spent 50 million or 70 million on 2 centre-backs when Saliba can do both of what Tomiyasu and Ben White can do? And they're both playing out in Marseille. 2 players that straight away get into our team, by the way. Next one I want to talk about is Joe Willock. I'm trying to get him on the screen now. And Joe Willock, we sold him for Newcastle 25 million. I think out of all the business we've done, this is a good bit of business because I don't really like Joe Willock too much. He had a freak 6 months, scoring 7 goals, 8 goals I think. Well, no, seven. He scored seven for Newcastle, and we've managed to squeeze 25, close to £30 million out of him. I think that's a pretty decent bit of business, if I'm honest, because I don't rate him too much. Is he going to cut it at Arsenal for the highest level? I'm not too sure. Look, Newcastle's probably his level. It's good he's going over there. He's showing us some ambition, I guess, and I'm pretty happy with this one, if I'm honest, and I wish him best of luck, Joe Willock. The next one is Willian. He has gone to Corinthians on a free deal. He ripped up his deal, reportedly, and apparently he's saving Arsenal £20.5 million, if we believe reports. Apparently he's on less, more, I don't know, but he's saving Arsenal a ton of money. Again, look, I'm happy with the way he's dealt with the situation, I guess. He's not had he's like another Arsenal player would just sit on his laurels for 2 years and take all the money. He's decided to rip it up and go to his boyhood country in Brazil and play for Corinthians. And we saw that video with his dad. It was a very, very good video, very heartwarming. And look, I wish Willian all the best. Even though he's not had a great Arsenal career, I think he's still got 7 assists and a few goals. So I mean, it's not as bad as some people make out. But again, look, he has been terrible. So wish him all the best of luck, and the way he's left has been pretty good anyway, so I'm not too fussed about it. And the next one is a very good piece of news, if I'm honest, and it's on Heki B, as he has gone to Real Betis on a season-long loan. Now, my one problem with this is, why is it only a season-long loan? Why is there no option to buy, even if it is for €5 million or 10 million euros? I'll take, because next summer he's going to be on 1 year left on his deal. What is the thinking here? Are they thinking he's going to have some crazy season in Betis and Barca are going to buy him? I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking over there at Arsenal. I don't know what they're smoking either. So, again, I'm happy that Bellerin's gone, because the fact that Bellerin has gone instantly improves our team, in my opinion. Just the fact he's gone instantly improves our team. But yeah, I'm happy with it. And Bellerin is off to Betis. Next one is Reiss Nelson, and he has secured a season-long loan move to Feyenoord. Now, again, I think this is pretty good business as well, because we've extended 1 year with him to 2023, and he's gone out on a season-long loan to Feyenoord. I do think this is a good bit of business because, over there at Netherlands, those young English players do tend to do quite well. We've already seen it with Donyell Malen, Noni Madueke, and maybe Reiss Nelson could be another. I think there's a few more that I've probably forgotten as well. So I think Reiss Nelson, he's got a good platform over there at Feyenoord to succeed. He's going to play a lot, a highest level over there at Netherlands. He's going to be competing. I think they're in the Europa, are they? I think so. I think they're in Europa League, or maybe I think they're in the Conference League. Either one, they're in Europe. And I think he's gonna have that platform, and maybe in a year's time, if he does really well, Dortmund might come in and say, look, here's 30 million, we'll have him. And that's got a good bit of business, because at the moment I don't see how we could get more than 5 for him, especially when he had 1 year left. So that's it on Reiss Nelson, and again, wish him best of luck, and hopefully he does do very well. But now I want to sort of wrap it up and talk about the transfer window as a whole. When we came into this transfer window, we thought it was going to be the biggest squad overhaul of our history, and all this we were being told. And look, we were linked with the likes of Basuma, Locatelli, Maddison. We were linked with such big names. And I think in some essence it has ended disappointingly, because we have gone for the Project Youth sort of policy in terms of transfers. And it's not... These players aren't going to completely walk in and change our situation. Do you really, just a question for you guys, do you sit there and say, this signing is going to take us levels higher? No. I don't see that with any of the players we've signed, that you can sit there and say, look, this guy is going to come in and he's going to take us levels. You can't see that. You can't. So how can you expect Arsenal to suddenly go from 8th to start challenging for the Champions League spot? I don't see how that can happen, especially with Arteta, who's proven continuously after continuously that he can't manage these groups of players and get us into a good enough position. We thought 5th wasn't good enough for Emery, and now we're in a position with Arteta where some people are accepting 20th. Kind of sums it up. But again, I think this is all a scheme to try and protect Arteta's job, whether he's going to keep it or not. Again, it's just a matter of time, to be honest. We'll just have to see how results go. We have Norwich, Burnley, and then Spurs. Big 3 games for Arsenal and Arteta to try and get us out of this situation. Can he? I don't think so, but I hope so, because I want Arsenal out of this situation quickly. Whether that's with Arteta or not with Arteta, I just want Arsenal competing for Europe's elite. That's why we knocked down a stadium. But overall, for this transfer window, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Main reason being, we've not improved on our starting 11 that much. Or have we? again, it's up for debate. And yeah, 4 out of 10 is what I'm going to give this window. Not good enough. We needed quality over quantity, and instead we've gone for quantity over quality. You look at what Chelsea have done. They've brought in Saul and Lukaku and only spent 3.1 mil. That's how you do business, unfortunately, and we can't do it. So yeah, that is that for this video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. That is it for the transfer window. I'm going to be getting quite busy, so again, I don't know much about videos, but again, we'll be back in January to talk about this absolute madness of a football club. Probably going to come out and say that, oh, we can only do loans. We spent so much money. Oh, we can only do loans. That loan better be Houssem Aouar then, because other than that, it's an excuse. But that is it. Please leave a like and subscribe. Check out all my transfer videos I've already done. Check out all the completions I've done for the different transfers we brought in. I think I did one for most of the signings we brought in. So, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Have I not ended this?